Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to tackle 4 super common English words that, let's be honest, can sometimes be a little confusing. This, that, these, and those. But don't worry, by the end of this quick guide, you'll be using them like a total pro.
You ever find yourself pausing for a second, wondering which one is the right one to use? Yeah, it can feel kind of like a random guess sometimes, but I promise you, it's not random at all. There's a really simple logic to it, and we are going to unlock it together right now.
So, here's our game plan for today. We'll start with 2 secret keys, then we'll get into the main rule about things being near or far. After that, we'll see how this applies to more than just physical stuff, check out some daily uses, and wrap it all up with a few handy tips. Sound good? Let's do it. Okay, so here's the best part. You do not need to memorize a bunch of boring grammar rules. Nope. All you need are 2 super simple keys to unlock this whole thing. And here they are. Key number 1 is number. Are we talking about just one thing or more than one? And key number 2 is distance. Is the thing right here next to you, or is it over there, far away? Seriously, every single time you use one of these 4 words, all you're doing is answering these 2 simple questions. That's it. That's the whole secret. All right, now let's take those 2 keys, number and distance, and build our main framework. This is where it all clicks into place.
Okay, just look at this chart. Think of it as your cheat sheet for pretty much any physical object. It lays everything out perfectly. If something is near you and there's only one of it, you use this. If it's near but there are a bunch of them, you use these. Now, if something is far away and it's just one thing, you use that. And finally, if it's far away and there are many, you got it, it's those. See? Super logical? Let's see some real examples.
Okay, first one. Imagine you're holding your phone right now in your hand. You'd say, "This is my phone." So why this? Well, let's use our keys. Number, it's one phone, so that's singular. Distance, it's right in your hand, so that's near. Near and singular, boom. It has to be this. Perfect.
Okay, now picture this. You're looking out the window, and you see a car parked across the street. You might point and say, "That car belongs to my boss."
Let's run it through our system. Number, it's one car, so singular. Distance, it's all the way over there, so it's far. Far and singular gives us that. See how easy this is? You're already getting the hang of it.
All right, let's try some plurals now. Imagine someone just gave you a big bouquet of flowers. You're holding them right up to your nose, taking a big sniff. You'd say, "Wow, these flowers smell amazing." So let's check our keys again. Number? It's a whole bunch of flowers, so that's plural. And the distance? You're holding them, so they're near. Near and plural can only be these. Makes sense, right?
And for our last one, let's say you're outside with a friend, looking way up at the sky. You spot a cool cloud formation, and you say, "Hey, look, those clouds look like a cat."
So let's do our final check. Number, we're talking about multiple clouds, so plural. Distance, they are way, way up there in the sky, so that's definitely far. Far in plural equals those. And just like that, you've mastered the core rule. Okay, so you've got physical distance down, no problem. But, and this is where it gets really, really cool, the whole idea of distance isn't just about space. It also works for things like time and even our ideas and feelings. Let's talk about time first. Think about it. We say this week or these days because it's happening right now. It feels close to us or near in time. But what about something from the past? We say, "Remember that night?" Or, "Ah, those were the days." The past is far from us in time. It's the exact same near-far logic, just applied to a timeline. And this same idea works for feelings, too. It's fascinating, really. When you agree with an idea, it feels psychologically close to you, right? So you say, "This is a great idea." You're embracing it. But if you disagree with something, you want to push it away. You create distance by saying, "I really don't like that attitude." You're using your words to show emotional distance. Okay, so we've got the whole concept down now. Number and distance, whether it's in space, in time, or even in our feelings. So let's check out how these words pop up in a few really common everyday situations. For example, when you introduce someone, you're bringing them physically close, into your little circle. So you always say, "Mom, this is my friend Sam." When you're on the phone, you are the here in the conversation. So you say, "Hello, this is Jane." And you might use that one to talk about a different option to avoid repeating yourself. Like, I don't want this shirt. I think I like that one over there better."
All right, we are on the home stretch. Let's just do a final recap, and I want to point out the single most common mistake people make so you can make sure you never do it.
Okay, listen up, because this one is huge. The number one mistake is mismatching the verb. But the rule is so simple. This and that are singular, right? So they need a singular verb, like is or was. These and those are plural, so they need a plural verb, like are or were. So you say, that is a bird, but those are birds. Getting this right will instantly make you sound more fluent.
So remember, it always comes down to this simple two-step thought process. Every single time, just ask yourself these two questions. First, how many? One or more than one? Second, how far? Is it near me or far away? That's your entire toolkit right there.
And there you have it, the complete, simple guide to this, that, these, and those. Not so tough after all, huh? So my final question for you is, which of these rules will you be paying attention to and using today? Thanks so much for joining me.